Hello, hello. What's shaking YouTube? Good to be back. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello, Hervé. Hope you're doing well. Let's get into this big, exciting day here so far. The stable coin looks like it's moving. Wow. The bit getting ready. So we had retail sales come in at, half an hour ago? Exactly 30 minutes ago. Very cool. Very cool. So this is generally going to be a good sign for the markets, as we believe that the less that we sell, the less that people buy, the better inflation gets. So we'll have to see what happens when the numbers come out, but it's generally a pretty decent sign. Not great for the economy, but good for the markets, right? Which is generally the way it goes. What's good for the goose is not always good for the gander when it comes to the markets. So we got a very nice move here. So as we're waiting for New York to open, hey, Ellie Rosie, it's going well. Hope you're doing well. Great prediction there that you posted up in the Discord. By the way, join the Discord. Link is in the description. What's going on, Mr. Sos? The special Sos is here. So let's see if we can continue some momentum here. Now there is a possibility that this does turn around here. It goes a little bit south. So let's just we'll just chart this here together. All right, let's go on about our business here like professionals. And we'll just get our levels on for the day. All right, so let us begin here by acquiring our daily open candle. There you are, you beautiful beast. All right, our daily open. All right, now it is a little bit cheeky here. I generally like to use the 11 o'clock GMT for my opening range here. All right, for my Asia opening range, and that is because that's when the futures market open. So for me, that's the way I like to do it. All right, you can do it however you wish. A lot of people like using midnight until daylight savings happens, then they switch it up. So that's really up to you here. But I love the futures, so that's generally what I do. Let me just make sure I'm doing this correct. Yep. So daily open, we've got our Asia opening range there. Obviously, price picks up and goes. Retest of the daily open. All right, we lose the daily open, and now that good news gets us to rip above here. All right, so very nice thus far. But again, we're not out of danger. The danger lurks. All right, here's our opening London range. Pardon me. And now so again, you can map this out however you wish. You can choose midnight. I prefer 11. Again, it really is just a preference. All right, so there's our Asia range. If you were to choose the midnight, your Asia range would be that low there, all right? So far, we haven't really done much in London. London opens up, doesn't take the Asia highs, comes on down, tests that daily open, and hasn't swept either high or low. All right, let me just hide this for a second here and let us check out our volume profiles here. All right, this is a pretty decent level here. You see this high volume node with the previous day's value area high. That's where we're bouncing off of thus far. Let us pull a quick fib here. Look at that. It's absolute magic. 382 holding. So if this 382 holds and we can break out of this fib range, this could go quite high. What's going on, Mr. Marius? Yeah, Habibi to you too, buddy. Yeah, Habibi to you too. But we could definitely be looking at a bit of a pullback here into this point of control here, clean up this fair value gap, something of that nature. All right, it's not out of the woods yet, but it does look like we should be going down. If we take a look at our previous day's volume profile here, right, you'll see that we put in a pretty obvious B day. All right, pretty bearish looking volume profile, but we closed right up at this 0.5 and then we took it. So we're trading above it right now. So a little bit of mixed messages there. You're not above it, but I mean, you're very, very close to it. So previous day's volume profile, not very helpful today, except for obviously our point of control, high volume nodes. And we are now above this little guy, which is very interesting. So I would love to see a test of this bad boy up here. That would be my ideal scenario. All right, get Bitcoin moving back upwards. I do think if we start moving towards that 98, people are going to start getting pretty bullish, and then that could be a great place to reverse and cause a little pain. And this may actually be the range that we see forming for today if price does not move out of here. Oddly enough, the NASDAQ is very similar. We've got really the same thing happening here. What's going on, Gabriel? We've got our value area high volume node here, which is exactly where price has come into on the Asia low sweep. The big difference is that we've taken the previous day's high. So that's fantastic. We're probably not going to get much lower today, although New York, you never know if they want to run for some of this liquidity down here. We might go down and test the previous day's open or the point of control, something like that, clean up these fair value gaps on the way up here. So pretty interesting on that. I was really expecting a big dump today on the NASDAQ, but it's starting to look like that might not happen. But I will still kind of look for it. All right, back to the biddy. So you can start to see just how important these value area highs and lows are when they have high volume nodes. All right, if they don't have them, then they're not that relevant. Like this one is not going to be as relevant because there is no high volume node here. This is your high volume node, obviously, right? So that is a huge zone. If we come down there, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Let's take this back down to the 1 minute. So that's really what I'm looking for the daily range here. Maybe up to about 97.7-ish. That would be quite lovely, especially if anybody hit this in here. Now the retail sales, all right, we've got this massive volume candle here down into that obvious support zone there, and then really picks up volume off of that news, right? But it started a little bit earlier. So big volume candle there, no movement, and then volume just starts to push up. So as long as we don't come down and lose this, it should be a very good zone to watch out for now. Okay, we've got fair value gaps, and we've got this real nice little origin candle here right on top of this wacky little order block. And I know that that's just a 1 minute chart, but this little zone here, really interesting, as far as I see it anyway. So let's just take a peek here at our opening range for the pre-market. There's our high. It's coming down. Ellie Rosie says, I remember back in 2024 during the third quarter, I told my relatives to buy Bitcoin, but everybody didn't really pay much attention. Only my sister believed me and she bought some. Well, man, I don't know how many memes there are of people telling people to buy Bitcoin and they don't listen, but um, there's that Patrick Bale. What? Yeah, the one where he's basically saying he's got a bit of a pissy face. I think it's from American Psycho, and he's saying me telling people to buy crypto at 30K. And then he's got like a smirky, happy sort of face. And the next one, and it says, people asking me for advice when Bitcoin's at 60K, something like that. So that's pretty par for the course with crypto, par for the course. Yeah. And I mean, even in this area here, you have so many people that are, again, just very emotional about everything, right? And kind of, they get themselves out of the game because they can't really just look at this. You know, just take a peek, man. It's, you know, there's no reason to be overly bullish. There's no reason to be overly bearish. We're trading very close to the midpoint of this range, a few grand away from it. So is this a good place to be looking for longs? Yeah, it's not bad. Is it a good place to be looking for shorts? Not really. But if you're day trading it, that's fine. If you're scalping it, that's fine. And that is what we're doing, right? So that would be the two levels I'm really interested in. Now, unfortunately, Bitcoin didn't really move much this week, so it doesn't have much to accomplish. But the NASDAQ, if it does choose to run for profit here and maybe go down towards Friday's close, it would be absolutely insane. And yes, you know, we have taken the previous day's high, so there's a probability that we don't do that. We don't take the previous day's low, but the days that we do sweep both are always, not always, but the majority of the time are going to be off balance days. All right, so Thursday we have a very nice balanced day, point of control relatively close to the middle. We've already swept the high, so sweeping the low is in the cards for today. All right, that would be the, you know, 14% chance there that happens. But yeah, Bitcoin, again, we haven't really had that sort of movement off it, and we didn't put in a balanced day yesterday. Very imbalanced day. All right, so let's see what happens here. And also the bad news for Bitcoin is that we extended the initial balance range to the downside on Wednesday. So up might not be too far up, and we might actually go down here. Volume profiles the same as Bookmap. Ever tried Bookmap? Volume profile is not the same as Bookmap. And yeah, I have tried Bookmap. Yeah. But I find, so I'll just say this. When I started looking at Bookmap, I didn't find it overly helpful because it would raise more questions than anything else for me. And that's just because when I first started looking at it, I had already kind of had my ingrained system and the way I do things, and adding that information to it just made me do less. It made me take less trades. So I didn't find it overly helpful for me. But if you use Bookmap and you like it, go for it. That's what I'd say. But no, these are quite different than Bookmap. All right. So let's, what do we got here? 16 minutes until the hounds of hell are unleashed. Volume, you know, that's really the big problem with Bitcoin right now, is the volume is just horrible. So tough to get a read on really what's happening here. Okay, but this is such a good sign here. Massive volume candle, trap shorts, and up we go. So pretty decent so far. Hopefully we don't release them, especially towards the bottom of the candle. These fair value gaps in this origin candle can hopefully hold, or we can even look to get in on some sort of fib level in these fair value gaps here that have been left. So let me just widen this out here. Okay, we've already hit the 0.5, created a little pool of liquidity there. Price can come into this golden pocket here, which isn't in that fair value gap classification. All right, but this 786 is real nice looking. Real nice looking. So is that 886, but wick through that whole fair value gap. And that's if it comes down there, because again, we are looking pretty decent here. Big push up on volume. Bears with a little bit of a response here, but not much happening there. Not much happening there. Yeah, and pretty decent volume on this push up here during Asia. But the bears definitely took over there, started pushing her back down. So yeah, will be quite interesting here. All right, everybody hit them like buttons, subscribe if you like to join our Discord. I'm supposed to say that over and over again. I apologize. But that's the way it goes. It really helps the channel. Sunday, for anyone who's listening, we're going to do a VIP giveaway. So don't miss Sunday's live stream. It will be at the same time as today. And as long as we can get enough likes, we will do a VIP giveaway. All right. And that includes current VIP members too. You can get an extension. All right. So there's the shameless promotion done. I'll probably ask for more likes later on. Because I'm supposed to. All right. So let's just close some of this stuff off here and have a peek at the higher time frame stuff. While we're talking about this, and not much has changed in Bitcoin, right? That's kind of the problem here with this week, is that it's really not done anything. It's just stayed in the range. You know, we're really just hanging around in a range, but at least we're starting to get some movement here, and not just a bunch of doji candles with huge wicks. But we are really just kind of stuck in this. So what we really have to be aware of is this 101 level here. All right, that's going to be pretty big, I believe. We've also got the 100 level, obviously massive psychological number, and we've got this wick here, big top, and then to the downside we're looking at 91 as our huge support. As we just keep washing everything out as we're moving along here, there's no real good levels. So we've got a daily level here. We've got a daily level up at 104, which is what we're saving this 104K stream. See what happens up there when we hit. So for higher, we really got to get past this $101,000 zone here to push up for these highs. And to get down to that wick, you know, we really just have to start moving down to this wick. There's not much here that's going to hold us up. We did have a daily level here from Tuesday to Wednesday, got hit, held. So it's starting to build a little bit of a support zone here, but, you know, it's already been wicked into quite nicely, and it's really washing itself out here. So how long can this hold? Not really sure, but time will tell. So that to me is really the important keys right now, 91 and 101.375. We can get above that, then clear sailings to the upside. If we can't and we get below this 91 wick, close below there, but we should get massive reaction out of here. All right, we've got the support and resistance zones here to hold us up a little bit. All right. Back down to the 30. Just close this out for a second there. Move these over. Yeah. Yeah, the other one other thing with Bookmap, Marius, is this is from what I understand. I don't know 100%, but this is from what I understand. When orders are placed, then they're removed. It doesn't come off of the Bookmap. All right, so if you're looking at the heat map, things like that, it won't come off. And also, you have to be pretty weary of spoof orders and iceberg orders and stuff. So, you know, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. But it is good for looking for magnets, right? Where is the market going to want to go? But I would much rather use single prints, buying tails, selling tails, fair value gaps, and liquidity zones in general. That's what I prefer to look at. All right, 9 minutes. But Bitcoin does have a bit of a problem in this zone. It's really got to start shaking things up here. And the big problem is that retail traders will get really bored here. And they'll start to really focus on alts and just get away from the whole Bitcoin thing. I don't understand the Bookmap, even how hard I tried, says Ellie Rosie. Yeah, I am also not a fan of it, I have to say. Like, I know a lot of people that use it. Like, I know Tino uses it constantly. I know there's people in our Discord that like it a lot even. I'm not a fan. It just adds more information that I don't really need it, you know. I'd much rather use, you know, they're not the same, but I don't need that. Sorry. You know, I understand that they're incredibly different, but volume profiles for me on the 30-minute chart are so useful. They're so useful. And then with my day boxes and daily levels, fibs, fair value gaps, order blocks, I don't really need that much more. Looking at volume, looking at stochastics, the Crypto Viking and Andy's indicator, you don't really need that much more. Oh, Marius is now asking Ellie questions. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Ellie. Not a big fan. Here we go now. This opening range. Starting to push down a bit here. So there we go. We've taken out that liquidity already. So that's actually, I like to see that because now we're creating a potential new liquidity pool here to come into this golden pocket or 786, 886, Friday's close level, Asia opening range. That would be a real nice place to be looking for a move down. Peek here at the old NQ1. All right. Let's open up the Dixie here. Check that out. Yep, she is still looking nasty. So that's great news. Good to see that whacking off the 50 and still moving down. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now let's just do a quick alt scan here, see if there's any mega movers already going on here for the day. The old fart coin up 13.5%. JUP up 11. LDO up 9. Well, it's looking pretty decent. Wow, Trump coin. Ripping 25%. Yeah, it looks like Trump coins are the winner today, once again. Let's take a quick peek here at ETH. Who cares about ETH? SOS. I'm kidding. ETH is really the big disappointment. It doesn't look bad, actually. Look at that. Look at that. ETH turning around here. ETH turning on a yeah, not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan, but if this can start moving, this could pull a see here. Yeah, man, if I can get above here, it could really start to move. Da, da. Yeah. Yeah, if it can get above here, it could maybe start going up to 28-ish, 28.9-ish. Still just so far away. It's so brutal. Cool. Yeah, I'm at a pivot point myself regarding that, but hard to yeah, no, definitely start doing well first, Marius, then look to quit your job. What do we got here? 2 minutes for them to unleash the hounds, and there we are into that golden pocket. Volume picking up into this and getting held up here, so looks to be like a zone they might want to hold, but that's not very impressive volume. Losing the previous day's open. Yeah, this would be great. Great for New York to open up, come in, hit, turn around. On here, 30 seconds. Let's see what the NASDAQ is doing real quick. NASDAQ is going. The NASDAQ is in a very scary place for me. If you look on the high time frame, we could be putting in a massive M formation. And I mean massive. It's pretty wild. Could take a look at that after this few minutes of the open here. So here it comes. Test the pre-market low. Volume coming in. That's nice. That's nice. into that fair value gap. New York goes. Starts to turn around. Quite hit that 786. Doesn't need to. Oh, NASDAQ up to the previous day's high. Yeah. Okay. Let's just check out the Dixie. Dumping. Good. Good, Dixie. There it is. Look at that. The volume coming in for New York Open. I love to see it because they have been a little bit trigger shy off the open recently. Seems like the pre-market volume is higher, so that's really good to see. They're coming in with it. Very nice. Previous day's high, rejecting right now on the NASDAQ. Let's see if New York makes that run for the downside here. Here on the 1 minute, we're hitting into pretty nasty EMAs there. But they're pretty flat. Nothing to be overly afraid of here. Let's check out the same thing here for the NASDAQ. We're above. So yeah, that looks relatively promising there for the NASDAQ. Bitcoin's coming up for its second whack into them. That is a massive candle on very low volume so far. Huh. that is not good for the bears. That is a huge spread on low volume. Not good for the bears. So you can see here a big push down here. That's the biggest volume candle we've got. So turn back around. That could be a lot of trapped bears right there. Let's see if we can make this move up here now. To that zone up top. Did I delete that? No. Be brilliant to see them take this range out here. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of this Fibonacci wackiness. Slap on our New York opening range here. And our day is complete. There we go. Opening range holding. Wow. We go back above the EMAs. Let me just quickly do that for the NASDAQ. Sorry, I know everybody wants to just watch. Wow, that is a huge opening range for the NASDAQ. 40 points. I mean, not huge, but that's pretty big. And there it goes. Look at that. So low and high of the pre-market taken. New York Open getting down to business. Let's see if we can go test this London opening range here. So if I did trade the New York Open, that would be a great little entry right there. Retest, start breaking back up. Quick scalp. Now we're sticking into the London opening range here. We can get past that. Next stop, London high, then your Asia high. That is some big volume coming in on that candle. Pre-market high holding now. That's always nice. Let's see if this volume can continue. Ooh. NASDAQ maybe looking to go lower. See how that candle closes out in a minute. Oh yeah, look at that. The bit's doing it through the new opening range of London. Come back for a retest. And now they start to mellow out a little bit here. The mellow is coming back into the bit. But this is a good sign. I like to see it. Now, what we got to be aware of here is all the imbalances we're leaving behind, right? We're probably going to come back and clean that up pretty quick. Let's take a quick peek here at RSI looking like it's asking for a bit of a pullback, but don't believe the hype. But this vector candle is going to be a bit of an issue here potentially, right? So we might come back down to clean that up. But it's our first level of rise, so we still got a couple more of these to push up before we can turn around. So this Asia high is potentially in play here for a stop hunt. Pardon me. Oh yeah, Bitcoin's getting to it. NASDAQ looking a little bit boring, not gonna lie. Today it's the day for Bitcoin. Here comes another green vector on the way up. Come on, 20 seconds. Take that Asia high, baby. London high tested, but not taken. And so far, London is saying, oh no, we got this. Now this candle here is a bit on the funny side, right? Vector, but very small. I would love to see another there you go. There's your stop. There's another green vector. So let's just tune these out for a second now, as they make everybody real emotional. We don't need no emotion. We just need to be chilled out. So what do we got there? Not much. Like almost $70 above, almost. Let's see if we can get another little push up here. That was nice. Says Sos with a big thumbs up. Yeah, that was nice. That was quite lovely. Not a great looking candle, that one. And the stop hunt might be in play here. Look at that. Sorry to keep zooming all over the place, but Just want to make sure I'm on the ball here. And now let's open up this volume again, just see what kind of volume we did have on that last push up. Yeah, that's it, really. Yeah. Yeah, fantastic to see. The biggest volume candle of all comes in right at the top here. Now that is a good sign for the bulls, but an even better sign for the bears when you come into a level with massive volume and you get this sort of a reaction candle here, right? Huge reaction candle, inverse hammer. The bears now have a real shot at turning this around. We've got a shaved bottom here, but we got a problem. The volume is low, right? But if the bulls can't respond to this low volume by the bears now, this is definitely a very good looking stop hunt so far. Don't have to go that high over Asia today because we do also have these London highs right here, right? So even if you don't take out all the Asia stops, you're getting the London guys. And there we go. See if we can move back down now, clean up some of this imbalance here. And now we have a whole other scenario here to get through. Let's see here if they can come into this or not. But that would be, you know, about as low as this stop hump might go here. It might be. That's a very good looking zone there. Very good looking zone. Yeah, I would agree with Ellie there. If you know, you would have to be able to make more money off of trading than you make off your day job, and I mean comfortably. And remember that you need a relatively long time to trade to really get a good idea of how it's going to play out, right? Because you can have potentially like 6 really great months, and then you run into a couple bad months in a row, which is just what happens in trading. It's just the way it goes. You know, that just happens. So be careful with that. So bear's not really pushing in here with some volume. So yeah, not really sure. But all right, this is Ellie Rosie sending the hearts. But yeah, that is what I'd be looking for. If it comes into the zone, this could be a potentially good looking long here. But the bears are not responding right now. We've taken the sweeps. We've hit the sweeps and the bears not responding. They had a real good chance here pushing down on low volume, not really doing much. And now the bulls start pushing back on even lower volume. So this could be one of those double sort of stop hunt moves that New York loves to do. Looks like it's taking the high and then it comes back for a second go. So here it comes into this. Yeah, it did react at the 382. So yeah, I did see that. But very low volume reaction, so it's not very convincing, but definitely looks like it could be strong here. All right, if we do get back above the Asia high, look for that double sweep here and then into this zone up there, and that would be really all I have to contribute to this today. So remember, resistance, support. Doesn't mean we can't get past this. If we do get past it, look for a bounce back and then a take of the previous day's high. Again, we haven't taken any previous day's levels yet, so we are far away from both of them, all right? So having said that, guys, that is going to do it for this live. Again, hit the like button, please. It helps a lot. Join the Discord if you're interested. On Sunday, we will be having a VIP giveaway as long as I hit a certain amount of likes, and basically I'll just keep increasing them until we hit. No, I'm kidding. It won't be that high. Obviously, it's not a high view channel, but you do have to be part of the Discord to get that. All right. So that's the only real stipulation, and the Discord's free. We interact with the free channel just as much as the VIP channel. We just don't give as much info, but a lot of interacting anyways, and that's it. So be careful here, guys. Again, could be a stop hunt, but it doesn't look like the bears are too interested in fighting back here. I noticed every time the price took the previous displacement high, it'll retrace. Yeah, that's very typical. It's very typical, Ellie. I mean, that's almost a rule of market structure. You know, that's why you always, every time you put in, every time you get displacement, you look for a pullback, right? Every time you get expansion, you look for a pullback. Now, very rarely will it just go. When Dixie is so much down, stock pump. This is true. Dixie down equals money in the markets. But all right, guys, you have a great one. Be well, be safe, and I will see you in the Discord.